Morning, everybody. Welcome to the shop. If everybody's seen part 1 and part 2 of me putting together this Mountain Man possible bag slash shooting bag, black powder, this is number 3. Now I'm going to explain what I did, why I did it, being that I didn't say nothing, I just showed you. You know, it was a silent movie. All right, I'm going to move the excuse me, camera down a little bit, and we'll kind of like go over this, what we did. Just bear with me, it's going to get kind of jerky. All right, there's the bag. It finished. Now, we lined it with white muslin. You don't have to do that. You can use pillow ticking, which they used back in that day too. Now this bag, something similar to it, would have been used back in the late 1700s, 1800s. Not only the mountain men used these bags, but the long hunters, plainsmen also used it. Now this one we made with no compartments on the inside. It's just open in there. But most of the time they had pouches with their fire kit, their cleaning kit for their weapons, and they just threw everything inside the bag. So this one's just a reproduction. Now if you all were following me when I made this thing, you see I double stitched. You don't have to do that. It's up to you. Put a blood knot on it. That's just, you know, grab a hold of it, flip it up, you know, close it down. Now each side of this strap was 36 inches. What it is, made it adjustable. Simple, easy adjustment on it. Now when I was making it, another thing, I used spray adhesive, because I find that works a lot better than trying to glue it, because what will happen is the glue will bleed through the muslin. So I use spray, and that's basically just to hold everything into place while I'm stitching, because if not, sometimes it'll start to bunch, and then you gotta go back, cut the stitching out, and then restitch it. But you know, and also if you saw in one of the videos, I think it was the first one, after I got done putting it together and I turned it right side back around, you saw we had glue visible here. And I use that, it's just a glue gummy type square. Use that, it takes the glue off. You can wait a day or two and it'll take it off. You can also use, if you have or find a shoe that has a gummy sole to it, cut a piece of that off after the shoe is wore out and use that. That takes glue off of a lot of stuff, and sometimes will take the scuffs out of it. Now, you know, as far as what this, like I say, the bag is used for mountain men, but I use the same pattern with a few modifications. Make a thicker, use a thicker leather, a 5 to 8 ounce leather. This bag can also be turned into a purse. You cut the back and the flap all at one, cut the front separate, put a 2 to 3 inch gusset around here, which will open it up, and instead of putting the blood knot on, you can put a clasp. You can line it with calf skin if you want. Just, you can line it with anything, pretty much, and put a couple compartments in it. Put a kind of a tricked out clasp on it. Use a little thicker leather for your strap, and you got yourself a purse. For your wife, girlfriend, significant other. I've done that. A lot of my patterns that I use for the Mountain Man bags and the Possible bags are reconfigured purse designs. It doesn't matter. Your imagination is the only thing that limits you. When it comes to leather, you can do everything and anything. And, you know, it's been thousands of years that leather's been around. And people go, well, you're copying so-and-so. There's nothing out there that has not been copied. There is no fresh ideas. All you do is you take an idea, you see a bag and go, okay, that would look cool with fancy yoke on it. It would look cool if it had tooling on it. You go to, we'll say, Tandy Leather. You look at their kits. That's somebody else's idea. You look at the books that Tandy sells. You'll see they're selling you Al Stolman's tooling patterns. So basically, you're just copying somebody else's stuff. If you can come up with a fresh new idea, more power to you. But anyways, like I say, you know, you can use muslin. You can use pillow ticking, which is the stripe stuff. You can use whatever you want in it. Now, you don't, like, again, you don't have to double stitch. Single stitch is fine. Just whatever you want to do. You know, this is not these are not really how-to videos. These are just what I do and how I do it. You can do it whatever way you want. Like I said, possibilities are endless. You can draw your own patterns. It's not hard. If you got a piece of cardboard or a whatever, a pencil, a ruler, you can draw it freehand. Some people take the time to get their go on the computer and get that Microsoft stuff and whatnot. I'm not, you know, that good on a computer, so I just draw it out. If you're going to draw it out, make sure you got a pencil with a good eraser on it, because you'll probably change it half a dozen times, and after you build a prototype, you'll probably change it up again. But like I say, this is not a how-to. This is how I do it. If you want to, you know, if you've watched them, you see something that I did wrong that you don't think is right, maybe it's not. Each his own. But anyways, I just wanted to let everybody see what it looked like after we got done. And remember, yeah, if you're looking at this going, oh, your stitch is a little crooked. Remember, these are supposed to try and look as close to period or something that was used back in the 17 and 1800s. They didn't have sewing machines. They did everything by hand. We had the convenience of, you know, a sewing machine. You can take and whip stitch a rawhide around here. You can not use this. You can scoot this flap up a little bit, put a strap on here, put a deer antler up here, piece of leather thong come around that. That can be your closure. Like I say, look at photos of what they used back then. You know, don't go by what Hollywood says they use, because Hollywood is make-believe. They didn't have pockets, so that's why they carried these. And they'd have to have, like we got now, cargo pants to carry all of the stuff that they carried. So, all right. I just wanted to make a third video explaining what I did, how I did it, why I did it. So, y'all have a good day. If you like my videos, please hit the like, hit the subscribe bell, and we'll try and make more videos showing what I've got, what I do. Maybe you'll catch an idea here and there. All right, everybody have a good day. Be safe out there. Bye now.